And on top of that, he has the old Spire that's right there. Granted, he's not going to end up pushing on top of it because there's already a player who's posted up. In fact, there's 2 players midway up there, and as well as a couple who are towards the outside. We'll swing on over to our current second place, Built by Gamers, Kanata. Over on the side right now, trying to find a little bit of space because this rotation, despite being a short distance, is going to be tough. You have Asian Jeff right on the interior there. You see him just checking the bush, making sure no one's in there, throwing a couple pellets, and trying to go a little bit early, recognizing that there was a lot of players to either one of his side. Potentially, he's going to look to ramp over the top of Jamper here, or just post up right next to him. Instead, he's going to post up, but that was a thick shot coming out from Jamper. He ate a lot of the shields, and Jamper is actually going to go aggressive. Jamper's on that wall, trying to push forward, and Kanada's taking shots from the backside. He needs to be careful here, as on top of all that, he's getting pushed. He's only 13 damage above Storm Surge with 9 players to go down. Observers, don't you dare leave his perspective right now. We need to see what happens. Unless Pamstou is under threat, we need to see what happens in this circumstance because that Storm Surge threshold is ticking down. Only 6 above. He was 13 above before that. But Pen is in his box. 103. He opens it up right away. And that is huge. On top of that, Casker eliminates Cease. 5th place takes out 6. Canada ends up avoiding the Storm Surge threat and hits a huge refresh onto NPen when he needed it. 2 monstrous plays happening in the blink of an eye.
That was definitely the play for Kanata here. Now, this tournament run is alive. He has an opportunity. He has a realistic shot to do this once again. It was on the brink. It was near over, but no, Kanata takes it all into his own hands. It's just a well-timed edit onto NPen, who did not see him, caught him slacking, and now Kanata's back in this game, and it's a long rotate, but we do know he picked up a launch pad. He did pick up a launch pad. That could have been the most crucial elims of the day right now. Will Kanata be able to get across with this pad effectively? If he can get there safely, he's good, but no. Dom needs Surge.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's 2 players near him who are actually hitting on Surge. There's only 4 players in the entire lobby being hit by it. Hoofishy ends up going down to it right there, but the immediate push, that was Okus who's trying to get down. Ozervo is able to then convert onto it. I believe Jamper was the other one who was also being hit, who was forced to end up taking some shields there. Yeah, Jamper, who's ahead of the rotation on Kanada, ends up ending up taking Asian. Every player who is in between him and the zone is too busy right now popping shields and taking Surge to care about him. He has just been gifted such great positioning, but somebody who wasn't gifted great positioning and had to earn for it and has been fighting for it the entire game. Pamstou with a fantastic pad to the middle of the next zone. He doesn't give himself a chance to get priority on full moving, but he's safe.
We have ourselves a finals here, though. Slacks at 85, Kanata at 91, Pam at 99 with a nice small lead here, but it's a lead nonetheless. That gives him room for elims, room for Kanata to have to really outplace him or do something exceptional. We will see how it's going to end up playing out. 10 seconds until the zone ends up popping. Which way is it going to go? As they're all actually split up. Kanata somewhere in the middle. Pam's a little south mid, and so is Slacks. They're so close to one another. They're just in the same kind of sphere of a zone within one's reach. And the zone goes north. They all have to move. Equal distance, by the way. But who can move smarter? Who can play better than the other? Now's going to be the time. Now's that end game to really play out here.
Wait, timeout. Did Slacks pull that zone? I'm trying to follow that white line. I'm pretty sure Slacks is right on the priority side of it. So keep an eye on that bottom right-hand corner. Yeah, he is. Look at that white line. He's right on the edge of zone. Every single player has to go past him, and Kanata is trying to go past. Slacks is going to wait. Slacks doesn't have to go anywhere. He has the longest amount of time, and on top of that, he has the jump pad. However, he is 40 below, and with Storm Surge potentially turning on here in 45 seconds, he needs to at least pull out an AR and start looking for shots. You hear the launch pads, you hear the gliders, everyone is taking to the sky. Game 6, top 3 on their feet right now. Pamstou in first, Kanata in second, just 8 points behind, and then Slacks in third, currently sitting 14 points back. Slacks misses his launch pad, takes a huge pump shot that happens in the bottom right-hand corner. Keep an eye there. He's the one currently under pressure. Pamstou in the top right is just looking to rotate and get ahead of the zone, prioritizing positioning as as he's done all game. On the left-hand side, you can see Sentin up on the high ground, but the reality is we don't care what's on the wide, we care what's on the right. Pamstou, no builds. Our leader is on no builds. We're staying with him until he gets a refresh or until he goes down. The plays are gonna have to be made. Zone is pulling away as well. Keep an eye on it. He wins or loses FNCS All-Star right here with this play. He's fighting through. He has a launch pad, but he doesn't have anywhere he can place it. You have to own that build. He finds Slacks! He finds the third base Slacks on the backside of the zone. That is gross. That's the refresh he needs. No extra shields into the box, but he's down. Where is Casker? Where is Kanada? Kanada's also down. It's Casker's game to win or lose. He needs to run it out. Monster, everyone has fallen yet again.
This is worth everything right here for Casker. If he can make this end game, he has to break through, but he also has to break free. He needs more elims in order to catch up here. But what a run so far from Pam onto Slacks there to make that exchange. Down goes Chimp. Casker finds another. One step closer. One step closer.
And Zone is pulling back directly on top of him. He's gonna about face. He finds huge shots. 1, 2, 3. Storm's gonna tick over. Did he get the credit? Or did Dom end up cleaning it up? It looks like Dom was the one who stole that away. Just the 2 elims barely could go over. Huge pump shot from Casker onto Crunchy. Can he end up connecting? You see him dropping the excess shotgun. Doesn't want the swap penalty. Gonna pull the 72 hours. The quick dip out in the zone. He cuts back in the top 10. But he's out of builds. Casker's tournament life on the line. We saw Pamstou had over 100. He didn't end up on the wall of Crunchy, but Crunchy replaces the wall. He doesn't have anything. He needs to find the elim. It's all about this fight. Boxed like a fish, but can he do the Muhammad? No, he pushes through, and it's over. Crunchy takes him down. He ends the run. Bucky on 81, but I don't see anybody with the points. Pamstou should walk away as your FNCS All-Star champion. The French-Canadian upsetting everyone else, but it was down to the wire, and in the final 3 matches where the top 3 fell every single time, the question is, can Dubs close this out, pick up the VR? Edgy versus Dubs, NRG versus FaZe here in the final match, and there's a little bit of a pay bump on the line.
Yes, definitely a big substantial one because there's so much pricing here for the solos, and Dubs should be able to close this out as Edgy has nothing left here, and it's all going to come down to the wire right here, right now. One pump and FaZe Dubs walks away with the final Game 6 victory. But the story is Pam, Kanada, head-to-head against Slacks as well for the race for the $75,000 prizing there, Sundown. And what a game we watched unfold.
And it was so close. You could tell everyone who was towards the top was in just hold on mode. They say just a couple more points, just one more placement threshold, just one more potential elim. As you see, just so many top of the leaderboard, on top of the leaderboard, key interactions at the end there. Casker taking down C's. You can see Pamstou with a huge elimination onto Slacks on the backside of the zone. It got him everything he needed, but he couldn't quite create the distance after the fact. But cutting down your competition is sometimes just enough. We'll take a look and see what happened there. And I mean, what a close finish. And if Casker is just able to get that one more elimination at the end, what could have been? But instead, we get a great 1v1 from 2 of the top players in terms of Dubs and Edgy to close it out.
Yeah, definitely. And not only that, though, big hats off to Casker. That run right there is going to net him a lot of extra prizing, guys. It wasn't over until it was over. But from here, from us at the Desk, Monster, and of course, Sundown, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. We're going to toss on over to Desk. Bring us home for this NA East region, guys.
Guys, thank you so much. You absolutely crushed it on the day. NA East, baby. We've got to take a look at the final settings. We got to see how it all shook out at the end of 6 matches. It was insane. But Pam, congratulations to you walking away in that #1 spot. Casker, they're jumping up into #2. Kanada going up to 3 and holding strong. Congratulations, you top 3. But Pam is your overall most winningest player. Vivid, this is good stuff. You love to see it.
Yeah, Pamstou, man, had that huge game 5 of that Victor Royale, and it bumped him up so much to the leaderboard. And in game 6 there, he did just enough to go ahead and close it out. Did a really good job of pacing himself throughout the day. Average placement of 21.6 in solos. That is really, really good. And then, as you can see here, he had 13 elims on the day. It's about 2 elims per game, which is really, really good in solos. I know that we're used to seeing these like bigger numbers and stuff like that because we're used to watching like trios and stuff like that. But these numbers are pretty good for solos.
They really are. I mean, it's great to see that kind of end game there as well, with Edgy and Dubs going into the last 2 positions there. They were both 32, and I think Dubs was position 32 and Edgy 34 on the leaderboards. They bumped up to 6th and 10th position. Look at the difference that makes when it comes to pricing as well. 6th position gets you $27,000. 10th gets you $11,000. Otherwise, it would have been in the regions of $2,500. A massive bump, but as Vivid just alluded to, $75,000 going to Pam, and such a worthy winner. We see the rest of the competitors today as well. You know, Kanada's been up and thereabouts. Peterbot there as well. I think came in like, I think 9th position, but anywhere in the top 10, you're over $10,000 worth of prize money. So exciting, and so, you know, I'm so pleased as well. You know, Pam came 10th in FNCS this in season 6, and to see him now coming in 1st place in solos, not only is that an incredible achievement in solos as it stands against this ridiculously stacked lobby, but to walk away with that amount of earnings as well for a player of his stature at the moment, it will only propel him forward and into a brighter future as well. But, you know, even looking at the top 11 to 20th place as well, we've got Stretch in there, Avery, Acorn, Kamam,